Hey gamers, I wanted to just take a few minutes to talk about the new Tiny Tina's Wonderland game. If you're anything like me, you've put in 500 to 1,000 hours into the Borderlands franchise between, the first Borderlands game all the way up to Borderlands 3. All of them in between, you played them all. And you saw the game trailer that came out for Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and I don't know, it's just something about it just didn't hit. You saw a lot of similarities when you saw the gameplay between Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderland. And we know that Borderlands 3 had some good aspects of the game. It didn't hit as well as Borderlands 2.
Soul energy weighs heavily in the air. You have reached the dankness.
I thought something called the dankness would be, I don't know, danker?
You might be on the fence, and you might have heard other people saying that, this looks just like the Borderlands 3 game, and, it's just like a spin-off of that, but different. I've heard a lot of that, but until you play the game, it's hard to really give it a good judgment. So if you like a looter shooter game, and this one's definitely wacky because it's based off of Dungeons and Dragons and just this fantasy world. And so because of that, Gearbox had a complete creative freedom to kind of do whatever they want. Like, anything goes because it is made up. It's a fantasy world. The hardest part about this is, if you've played a lot of the Borderlands games, I find myself comparing the two. I want a good Borderlands games, but because it's so different, you're kind of disappointed because it's not a Borderlands game. So, once you get into the game, it definitely, I don't know why they do this. It seems like it starts off a little bit slow. Borderlands 3 was not a bad game once you got into it, but when you started on Pandora and you're doing these small side quests, it's so boring. But once you get on the ship and you start flying to Promethea and other places, it gets a lot better. But in the beginning, it's slow and kind of drawn out. So I didn't really like it that much, the first half hour or so. But once you get into the game and you understand how your spells are going to be working and getting different shields and wards and everything else, it's really pretty refreshing. And the gunplay and combat in the game is really amazing. They definitely nailed this. And I'm not a big I don't like big drawn off boss fights, but I really do enjoy these ones on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So yes, there's definitely a lot of influence from Borderlands 3. It's coming from the Unreal Engine that made Borderlands 3. So yes, it feels much like Borderlands 3, but because they added so much other different things to the game, it doesn't feel like Borderlands 3. So if you are a person that, is into the Borderlands franchise and, you're skeptical because you think it's it's going to be another Borderlands 3, definitely check this one out. Get through the beginning of the game, give it a few hours of time, and I think you'll be happy with your decision. And like all the Borderlands games, there's going to be a lot of replayability. So that's why I love the franchise, because you can play these games over and over and over again. You get loot, try to get a stronger character, just, progress through the game. They do like they said with this game, there's going to be better end game content, so there's going to be more and more to play. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out this video right here.